All right, so check this out. This is a 5 by 114 wheel. You can see it right here, 5 by 114. The spacer fits, right? 5 by 114, spacer fits. Same wheel design, the Rohana. What's this one? Where is it? Here it goes. 5 by 114. Can you see that? 5 by 114. Same exact spacer. Nope. Doesn't fit. Exact same spacer. What's up, YouTube? So you saw the description, you saw the title. This is just going to be a little quick story time. I'll try to keep it short, but of just why I will never buy anything from Rohana ever again. And hopefully while this is happening, I'll be putting up like some videos and some photos and whatnot to show you exactly what's happening. But first, here's the car. Here's what the car looks like with the wheels that I bought. I really like it, actually. I've really enjoyed what the car looks like. I've enjoyed just the stance and everything that I got from them. I really like how the wheels look. I've had this exact same wheel before, so I was very fortunate to find them for a good price. And I had documented that entire process of me buying them, but again, I'm going to try to keep this short, so we're not going to show any of that. But pretty much 2 years ago, I bought Rohana RC10s, and I had them on this car, the RAV, and I really liked the way they looked. But the issue was when I bought them, they didn't fit on my car, and I'm very particular about knowing the information, especially when it comes to wheels, when I'm putting on one of my vehicles. So it was really confusing to me because I knew the bolt pattern, I understood what I needed, I understood the offset, the diameter, all of those things. Like I knew exactly what I needed to make sure I didn't rub, and to get the stance that I wanted, to get the fitment that I wanted, everything. So it was really confusing why it didn't work. And I never really got an answer. I never really understood. But I just knew that I had to buy spacers, and I thought I was doing something wrong. And it was just such a weird occurrence, I kind of just forgot about it. But the exact same thing happened when I bought these wheels that are on my car right now. So these are the silver version of the black Rohana RC10s that I originally had. So I bought these from Marketplace. Some guy was selling them, and they're stamped 5 by 114.3 as the bolt pattern, which is also 5 by 4.5. So that's what my RAV4 is. So I was like, perfect, let's put them on. But they didn't fit. And again, I was confused. I just had rims on this car. The rims I took off fit perfectly. They were the right dimension, the same dimension, the 5 by 4.5. So I was really confused. So I took them to a tire shop. I was like, hey, can you guys measure this stuff? I don't understand what's going wrong. And they pretty much told me that no, the bolt pattern is actually measured incorrectly. It should be 127. So I was like, I spent money on these wheels, I'm not gonna just throw them away. So I bought some spacers, and I put the spacers, I mean, not spacers, but wheel adapters. So I took the wheel adapters, I put them on here, and they took my bolt pattern from 5.5 by 4.5 to 5 by 4.75, which is the same thing as 127. So I was like, all right, perfect, let's put them on. They didn't fit. I was like, okay. So I went and measured them again, and somebody pretty much was like, it's impossible for your wheels to be stamped incorrectly, so there just must be something wrong. So I went and got the tool myself because I didn't know what else to do, and I measured them, and then I took my measurement, and then I went to a different tire place and got them to confirm my measurement, and they were like, yeah, you're right. So my wheels, the ones that are on my car currently, are 5 by 5, which is usually what you see in like Jeeps and things like that, like those off-roady type vehicles. So I bought spacers that were from 4.5 to 5 by 5, and they fit. Everything was fine. And then I wanted, I guess I missed this part, but I had also bought a spare from another person on Marketplace just because I wanted the full fitment. So I bought 2 sets of those spacers, those wheel adapters, so I could have an extra as my spare. And then the exact same wheel, made by the same company, made the same bolt pattern, that bolt pattern was actually correct. So pretty much I have 4 wheels on the car that say 5 by 114 or 5 by 4.5, but are actually 5 by 5. And then I have a bunch of and I have a spare wheel on the back that says 5 by 114, but it's actually 5 by 114. So it's just very strange to me that they measured it incorrectly. They stamped it incorrectly on the actual manufactured wheels. And this isn't like I'm buying, just some really cheap wheel. Like, these are Rohana wheels. These are very expensive. Well, maybe not very. It's not like, it's not something absolutely crazy like Forgiato or anything, but it's still an expensive wheel. Like, it's a well-known brand. So I was very just confused. And it's not a one-time thing, because the exact same thing happened to me that time before. But what I find very interesting is that the black wheels that I used to have that had the same problem, they didn't come out to be 5.5, even though they said 5 by 4.5. They came out to be 5 by 4.75. So it just seems inconsistent that way too. It's not like they had all of these wheels that they accidentally stamped incorrectly. They just are stamping things wrong. It just seems like for fun at this point. So I was it was just an annoying process, because your wheels are saying one thing, the internet is saying another thing, your measurements are saying another thing. So you didn't know what to do. You don't know what to do. So it's been a pretty painful process. And I ended up going through multiple different types of spacers, multiple different sets, multiple different measurements to try to figure out like what would fit on my wheel. And ultimately, from the time that I picked up the wheels to now, it's probably been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I've been trying every day to figure out how to make everything work. So yeah, Rohana, like I'm very disappointed. I'm still, it doesn't really make that much sense to me. Like, I'm just like, what? But yeah, it's really just, it's strange to me. And I think I should have put the video up by now. If I haven't, then I'll be playing it right now. That shows my spacer trying to go into both wheels. But it's just a very, very, very strange thing that they wouldn't fit. So I don't know what's going up with that. If any of you have that issue, then that'd be great information to figure out. Because like I said, twice, that's insane. Like, for it to happen once is like a story you tell, but for it to happen twice with the same company, and the fact that they're both RC10s, like, that's kind of crazy to me. So I don't know if anybody else rocking Rohana stuff has had this issue, or another brand who you've been able to look at the back of your wheel and see the stamp and then measure, and it's something completely different. Let me know if there's something that I can do about that too, like, or maybe if there's something that I'm doing wrong that you might just not know, or that I might just not know, then let me know about that too. But it's interesting because Rohana wanted to sponsor some of my wheels on my Vet. So when I put this online, and especially like on like Instagram and stuff, I'm curious to see what they'll say, because one of the reps follows me on my account, because it's who I've been dealing with. So it'll be interesting to see how they feel about that, or like what they have to say. Maybe I'll hit them up, see if I can get like some money back on those rims or something. But yeah, I would say I'd never seen something like this, but I have. So, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, never buying from you again. So yeah, let me know if you guys have had any type of experience like this. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but let me know if you think there's something that I should have done differently, or just that whole process. Like, again, like I've said, like I'm relatively new to the whole car scene, and like doing things on my own and finding out information on my own too. And even though like I don't think this was my fault, I'm sure I could get some helpful information from people who are watching. But yeah, sum it up, Rohana sucks, and that's all we got. And hopefully these wheels hold out, because I really like how they look. So I'm not gonna take them off yet, but like I said, I'm running adapters. So, when you start getting to like 70 miles an hour, it starts shaking up a little bit. So we'll see how I feel about that. But yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I hope that was helpful. If you want to buy Rohana wheels, buy something else, and we'll see you on the next one. Deuces.